Hi, this is Monty from Mopart Vehicles, and here's another one of our detailed vehicle appraisals on a car that's newly come into us. Now this is our VW Touareg, different pronunciations for the name. It's a 3-litre V6 TDi diesel, and it's the Altitude variation of the car. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly walk around the car. And now these videos do tend to take about 8 to 10 minutes long. I'll try and be as thorough as possible. The reasons we tend to do these videos, it's all about trust, honesty, integrity. I will give you a more detailed view very shortly. You know, please read some of my reviews on Auto Trader. They are all genuine reviews. We try and be honest with our customers. We tell you exactly how it is. It is an 8-year-old car. It's covered over 83,000 miles. It's not going to be brand new, especially when it's in black as well. They're really, really hard to keep sort of clean, chips, etc. They show everything on a black car. But this is the reason. If you're 2 miles away, 200 miles away, when you come to view the car, it should be as I've described it. Now, we are all human. I don't purposely miss anything, but you know, sometimes you can, and I do apologise on that, but I'll be as thorough as possible. Now, apologies, it's getting quite late in the day. I've had about 6 attempts of doing the video, and I'm in a public park, so people do walk past, but we've had a few people shouting loads of abuse and bits and pieces like that, so I've had to do the video about half a dozen times, so apologies about the loss of light. Now, service history on this car, it's got about 8 service stamps from memory. We're going to be servicing the vehicle as well. Well, it will go straight to our prep team after I've done all the videos. Next 24 hours or so, it will go to our prep team for them to give the car a once over. It's an interim service, I believe, that's due on the car, not a full service. In terms of tyres, there are approximately 6mm of tread on the tyres, front and rear. Okay. 2 keys of the car, 2 fully working remotes with it as well. Okay, so we're up to about 2.5 minutes now. So what I'll tend to do with the videos, I'll tend to start off on the driver's front and work my way around, obviously show you inside the car as well. Okay, so driver's side wheel and tyre, plenty of tread on the tyres there. You've got a couple of little scuffs that have been touched up on the alloy wheels, but nothing too major. New centre caps on the car, because the old ones were a little bit worse for wear. So what I'll try and do is, hopefully, now the sun's sort of gone away as well, if I try and move the camera really slowly just to try and show you down the side of the car, it all looks really nice and bright. No dulling of paintwork. You obviously won't really pick it up too much, but the bodywork is absolutely fantastic. There's no dents, gouges, scrapes, that type of thing down the side of the car. Okay, there's a few stone chips on the bonnet and the front bumper, but I'll try and show you them very shortly. Now what I'll try and do is I'll try and go around the back of the car and sort of go so you can see down the front, and hopefully if I move the camera really slowly you can try and pick up the reflections there. Okay, plenty of tread on the tyres on the back there, and this alloy wheel had a couple of little scuffs that have been touched up, and they were right down the bottom there. Okay, so let's just show you inside. Turn the radio down. Right, so we got 4 electric windows. You've got your petrol flap and your boot release at the bottom there. You've got your leather seats. Okay, it is black, but it looks more like dark grey in these pictures. Now you've got a slight bit of wear on here, slight bit of wear, but there's no ripping to the seat. It hasn't broken up, just a little bit of wear. It's just understandable, really. The height of these cars, you're sort of climbing into them. So that's all the dashboard there. The keys are in the ignition, but I haven't started her up. Obviously it's just on the radio screen, but you've got your navigation screen as well. You just press with a button, go straight to your navigation screen. Then you've got your heated seats, you've got your climate control for driver and passenger, 6-speed automatic transmission, you've got your low range, high range down there for the gearbox, and you've got your electric mirrors and folding mirrors. You've got piano black interior trim, so all the trim around here is in called piano black. It's on the door panels as well, all on the front of the center console. Okay, as you can see, the mileage on the car there is 83,452. I do tend to use a lot of my cars just to make sure everything is okay. Not like other, dealers. They'll buy a car, whether it's taking it in part exchange or buying it at dealer auction or from a dealer, and it goes straight on their front. No one drives it. Any kind of faults or anything like that, nothing's highlighted until the first person buys it. But no, we'll drive all our cars. And on the steering wheel there, you've got all your cruise control functionality. Now on this, it will show a phone button on the dash, or to do with the navigation and the radio. That doesn't actually work. A lot of these Audis, they tend to have that phone button there, but it's a factory fit option. This one hasn't got a phone kit. Show the back of the car. Hopefully you can try and pick that up. Again, apologies, it's quite dark in the day, but I've been having to go about an hour trying to do this video for you. Okay, and it's got a full set of mats in the car. Again, you're not really going to pick them up, but a full set of mats are in it. You got your privacy glass. You can probably see, if you have a look at the glass between the back window and the front window, you can see the tinted glass. All the door panels are already good. Now when it goes to our prep team, a couple of little bits and pieces I've noticed, but both of the number plate lights work, but one of them is a bit dimmer, so I'll get them to change that. I'll just remind them. And one of the boot ones is not working, but it's probably just the bulb. Okay, probably quite dark in there. So if I can remove that parcel shelf and show you under here, you've got your spare wheel. It's one of these pump up ones that you inflate and put in the car. You've got your locking wheel nut key down there as well. Oh, that's it, and close that. Now, rear bumper, got a couple of little chips that have been touched up. Again, it's really hard to pick up. There's sort of one over here, one over there, and there was one over here. But again, they've been touched up already. Okay, let's just try and show you the side of the car, the passenger side. Hopefully this way you've got a bit of light there. You can try and pick up that everything looks fantastic. Really nice and bright. Really good reflections. No signs of any damage, anything like that on the car at all. Okay, now just along here, again, it's probably going to be quite hard to see. Just along here, there's a tiny little scratch that has been touched up. But again, you wouldn't see that in the photographs. To be fair, you'd probably be hard pushed to see it if I didn't point it out to you anyway. Okay, and I'll show you inside in a second. And let's just go from the front of the car to the back. And again, hopefully, if I just hold the camera there for a little while, you can try and pick up the reflections. Just make out leaves and posts and things like that. Hopefully that's coming through in this video. Let's just show you back of the car there. Again, it's going to be quite dark, but I just want to show you the condition of the seats. There's going to be plenty of photos in there, but it all looks lovely, really nice and clean. And the same thing in the front here as well. Seats all in really good condition, really good condition. Apart from that little bit of wear that I mentioned on the driver's seat, all looks great. And all the door panels looking really good condition. She's lovely for 8 years of age. She is in a lovely condition, this car. So let's get to the business end of the car. Now, if you do see some pictures of the engine bay, we do not jet wash any engine bays. We're not trying to hide behind anything. We don't try and, you know, if you've got an oil leak in a car, that's why a lot of places will jet wash engine bays to hide behind things. We don't want to do any of that. We'd never ever do any of that. And also you get water in the electrics. It's absolutely terrible. Now, I did notice there was a little chip on the windscreen back here, but again, that's not as an MOT fail. It doesn't come up on an MOT because it's not in the wiper of the driver's side, it's on the passenger side. Okay, but you can hardly notice it inside the car. Now, as I mentioned, front end of the car, we're up to about 10 minutes now. Please, please, please don't expect it's going to be a brand new car. Even though it's in fantastic condition, it will have a few stone chips here and there that have been touched up. I can't do anything about it. It's just one of those things. She's 8 years of age, 80,000 miles on the clock. Even though it's really, really good mileage, it's a black car, and they're going to have a few stone chips. So let me just try and point a few of them out. So there's one over there, there's a couple over here, and there's a couple along the front edge here in between the parking sensors. Now, I did do a couple of touch-ups before I've done this video and some of the pictures, but when it goes to our guys, they will touch in a few more for me. Okay. It looks like I've lost the cap on the number plate. Oh, that really annoyed me, that, but I'll get one of them on there. Right, so we're up to 11 minutes now. So I'd like to thank you very much for your time. Hopefully I haven't bored you too much, but we try and be as detailed as we possibly can on the car. So when you come and have a look, you know, I don't want to waste anybody's time coming down and have a look at a car. We've all done it before. We've all gone, we've all seen a car that we want to go and buy. We've had a look at it. It looks fantastic in the pictures. You stand in front of the car and it's nothing like what you thought it was going to be. So anyway, thank you very much again for your time. If there's anything I can help you with this car or anything else we've got at Motor Park Vehicles, please don't hesitate to either give me a call, send me a text, or send me an email, and I'll get back to you straight away. Goodbye. Bye-bye.